Hi there, welcome to my little Crazy House stream here. We are going to watch the daily Crazy House Arena, and look at that, we have some very strong players participating. GRX Bullet rated above 2800. So let's watch this guy. He's playing The Cure. Not familiar with him. Seems to be a strong player. And I know GRX Bullet is quite strong at opening theory. So let's see what happens here. Sometimes being strong at opening theory also makes you little bit predictable. So maybe the Cure has something prepared here. Do we have any viewers? Hello there, Emma. You're watching me. Good to see. So this is a very short position. White doesn't have anything in hand, which might be a problem. These bishops are tying down the white forces. So taking here would bring the white bishop to a nice spot. Black prefers to let white trade here, but that was not white's intention, actually. I like this move, connecting the rooks, and d7 looks pretty safe, I would say. So giving up the rook, and if white takes on g7, the g5 bishop is hanging. And with only heavies in hand, I don't think white can touch black here. As a matter of fact, I think white is in trouble. Maybe even pawn d2. Yeah, why not? So you have knight g4 maybe, or e3. Either one should be good. Although you might want to keep this pawn here, because it covers f3. I'm a little bit surprised he wasted his queen here, because I would have wanted to use it on the first rank somewhere. But black does seem to have some nice pressure here. White is desperate to find some sort of counterattack, but it's just impossible. It's made in one here. Queen f2. Nice win there, and GRX Bullet is below 2800. I wonder where white misplayed this. Shall we have a look? This clearly makes the tournament a lot more interesting. Somehow white managed to put all his pieces on the board, but in a bad way. Okay, he shouldn't have traded on c6. The computer prefers to get rid of this annoying pin. Instead, white chooses to release his pin. And that does make black's life a little bit easier, doesn't it? Or maybe it doesn't. Okay, so here is something good. a3. a3. Queen d2 was just bad. And after this, there were better moves for black. Really impressive bishops here. And that's one of the reasons why trading on c6 was probably not so good. Yeah, the computer likes king d7 as well. Pawn f2 was quicker, but yeah, white is just dead here. Bishop e3 is made in two. Nice win there for black. who is in the lead, and he's playing, let's see who is playing. So this guy is playing some interesting openings, a little bit like me. And this is an interesting sequence. You can take here, and if black takes here, you can take here, and you take one queen each. And eventually white just ends up with one pawn extra. And now, look at this check. He's getting a full piece. Admittedly, this is a bit annoying. So h2, pawn h2 might be a problem. And you can't play rook h2 because of queen f1 mate. But I'm pretty sure white can solve this. It's not the end of the world. You have plenty of pieces to defend with. Maybe knight f5 here looks very appetizing. And ooh, this looks like some sort of mate, maybe. Is there a mate? It's very close. Yeah, just keep the queen. Black doesn't have any threats. White is threatening to take on d5, and also as soon as this knight leaves, there's a pawn at g7 check, so white might even consider retreating with check, just giving the life of the horse to get pawn g7 check. Hi there, everybody. Nice to see you. Welcome to the Crazyhouse arena. So, do you guys play chess? Sorry, do you guys play Crazyhouse as well? Or were you just curious? And black only has a queen here, not much to do with the queen. And the rook here is a sitting duck, but white is busy checkmating here. And how to save this rook? Simply pawn g7, and this is defending with an x-ray attack. I was a little bit surprised he took with the knight. And this is very resignable. Makes no sense in an arena to keep on playing in this position. Just a waste of precious time. Life is too short to be playing crappy positions like this. White would like to find a way to cover d7. And here's, oh wait, there's a pretty mate here actually. Queen takes e7, knight takes e7, and knight at f6 checkmate. And white missed it. And I'm a bit surprised that white is not more effective and quick in his game here. He's taking way too long time. I don't quite get it. I mean, you could pre-move this. And he's spending seconds on every move. Just doesn't make sense. I'm not a grandmaster, no. But I'm a pretty good Crazyhouse and Bughouse player. Whoops, where did the tournament go? So 3C is... he has 2 wins, and they are playing each other. Let's watch this. Both players berserking. Hi there, the chess player. I just lost to this white player. Well, in the game I should have won. I was just too old and slow. But he's a decent player. I'm sure the game is going to be interesting. I'm streaming this tournament and I only play Crazyhouse. Maybe we can take a game after the tournament. Do you play Crazyhouse? And this is an interesting position. Somehow you want to weaken the defense of this knight. It's okay if you fall into traps against me. I wouldn't mind. You probably want to take with a rook. And this is risky. Why on earth would you want to leave the pawn on f6? You had a perfect opportunity here, I think, to take with a rook. Take. Take with a rook. Take, and take with the queen. And black seems safe. Now, on the other hand, he is weak on the dark squares. Great initiative here for white. Black will take on g7, I suppose. Bishop takes, queen takes, and then bishop h6. And, well, black needs to surrender the queen, I think. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for bishop h6 at once, because that was threatening a check. And now the check is one move away, so black actually gets the opportunity to counterattack a little bit. White ignores the queen, of course, because he has a check here on g7. So I was surprised that black didn't simply take here. Let's say rook takes and maybe bishop. Bishop h3 threatening g2 and threatening to chop off this important knight on g4. That's a nasty check, because if black takes with the bishop, white has queen g8 followed by knight f7, smothered mate. And this is actually a forced mate. He got the smothered mate there. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Black played a little bit passive here. And okay, yeah, pawn h6 makes sense. And here, as I said, rook takes. Rook takes is definitely the move. Black is fine then. But now, ooh, this is ugly. And knight takes d5 is even stronger than what white played. And why didn't white play bishop h6 here? Just inexplicable. Because now black got the chance. And he should have. You see the line up here. Take g2 and then bishop h3. And black is good. Okay. But that was the last chance. Actually, there's a very pretty finish here if you want to. Like this. Because if the king takes, you have knight takes h6. So let's do this. And you close the exit. And if you block here on g7, the knight f7 comes. So this is the only way. But check and take and mate. That would have been pretty. Queen g8. Remember that one. So, who is in the lead? 3C is in the lead, playing a low-rated player. They both are here at the top. And what happened to GRX? He's lost two games. Oh, I'm surprised. Who did he lose to? He lost to some 1580 player. That was super surprising. What happened here? Lots of blunders here. That's a pretty finish. Not the kind of game you would expect from a 1580 player. Okay, is he new or 26 games? I'm a little bit suspicious here. I'm not gonna say more. Little bit suspicious. Okay, who is playing? We need to watch a game. Let's watch the top board. Black is swarming the board with his light pieces here. Well, you could just pick up the pawn here. And these pawns will come in handy, like pawn h3, pawn e2. A lot of good moves here for black. Pawn f3 probably even better, because if the pawn takes, you have knight at h3 and pawn g2 mate. Actually, knight e2 followed by pawn takes g2 is a threat here. And I'm not sure how to handle it. And white didn't find a way, so he's checkmated next move. And here we have a high-level game. Is white in trouble here? What happened in the beginning? Actually, here, simply taking a1 would be super strong. Bishop takes and a rook check here somewhere. Just picking up this bishop for free. Not saying this was wrong, but what to do with that queen, I'm not sure. Ooh, look at all these pieces. There has to be something here. You could, I was going to say, you could take f2 maybe, because knight takes pawn f2. This was unnecessary. But I suppose the king just hides in the corner. f6 is covered by queen and knight. Nice move here, defending also. Can white live here? Because taking here and then simply promoting is probably strong. The knight on e4 will be hanging as well. I wouldn't want to be in white's shoes here. And this rook is joining the attack. Or we can simply take here. The g-pawn is pinned. Oh, horrible game there for white. And we have these guys playing now. Black playing a lot more active here in this game than the one we watched before. But this is double-edged, to say the least. And we're back live. Was taking f8 really necessary? Because sometimes it's better to leave pieces around the enemy king. Taking with the queen here actually gives black some hope of escaping with the king. Oh, we had to sacrifice? Not really sure what's going on here. Yeah, this is probably good. Protecting the knight. Also forcing black to put something here. Yeah, I guess this is the idea. White is swinging his queen over to the king's side, and I'm thinking maybe it's safe to take the knight now. Should be. Although leaving a knight in front of the king is usually safe. Black is trying everything here to penetrate the shield around the white king. Actually, I'm not sure. Isn't black safe here? So queen f7 is the threat. Also, training this bishop is probably nice. Especially after this check. Yeah, way too dangerous to take here because of bishop e6. And wait here. I was thinking... Never mind. GRX is down here. Trying to get safe. so he can take the queen. Oops. Not going so well here for GRX. He's about to die. Rook a5. Ouch. But I think he was doing okay there. For a while. The opening was certainly a success. But taking d3 was not the best. That was a good bishop. And that only helped white. Who got there first? This is not so good. Yeah, you should take there and check. But taking e6 with the queen looked maybe better. But this is super good. Yeah, check on g8. And simply take here. Okay. And knight takes, and then knight c5. Yeah. Okay, but this was good. Although pawn g2 was super bad because of this. And now black is actually back into the game. Okay. So this is not the proudest moment in GRX Bullet's Crazyhouse career. Let's watch 3C playing white again. He gets white all the time, doesn't he? Blitzer seems to know what he's doing, and he's not berserking, so he has the time advantage here. Wonder if you play h6 maybe? I don't get it. Why do people trade on d3? Because I think it helps white. You get this huge pawn island here, pawn wall in the middle of the board. And this is just blundering a piece. And also white gets the open C file, so Okay, so this was the idea. Did he really have to? Yeah, I suppose going backwards wasn't ideal because of bishop check there. Very sharp play here. Maybe it's time for pawn e7. He read my mind. Where to go with that queen? Not so clear. Actually, white might consider knight at f6, takes, king takes, and another knight to d5. So this is probably good. But this bishop defends and hits the knight here. And if the queen moves now, can you maybe take? Tricky position. Hi there, the Cure. I'm not sure how to say your nickname, but this surely is bad for bad for black, isn't it? That queen... Okay, you can take with this bishop, which is good news. Yeah, still a tricky position. Watch out for knight checks here. Yeah, I figured as much. I haven't seen you play before, but you seem like a strong player. Very nice game there in the first round against a GRX Bullet. Don't really want to place your queen as passively as this, but maybe it's the best move. You defend everything here and also you hit G2. Args. I don't remember. Did you play there back in the previous millennium? Because that's when I was playing there. I would probably put my queen here and then a knight on f4, something like that. This looks scary. I mean, pawn h3. Oh, okay. Good for you. So, black doesn't quite have enough pawns to mate. He would have needed one more pawn. No, he had a knight. But why didn't... Oh, that was a nice attack. But is this where he goes in the wrong direction? I didn't think it was that dangerous. But apparently it is. Yeah, pawn g2, nice. Because this doesn't help either. Simply take here. So everyone is beating everyone here. And we have a new leader. Stalin from the SSSR. And did we miss something here? Because this was dangerous. I mean, take here. White needs to take here. Is there something? Bishop takes. Kamikaze variation here. And maybe take the rook. But maybe that was good for black. I was also #1 in Crazyhouse on Fix for a while when it first started. But then I quit. And these days I'm just too old and slow to play Bug House. So I switched to Crazyhouse instead. So I don't like the white king here. That's going to be a problem for the rest of the game, I think. White desperately trying to keep any black knights out of g3. Maybe just retreat with the bishop. Opening up the F file also seems like an interesting idea. Okay, so this is sharp. But what happens if you just take here somewhere? White want a pawn here. Although e5 is hanging. Yeah, maybe it's better to take with this. So maybe white will make it into the corner. One sign that this is not going so well for white is that black has placed all his pieces now, and white has 3 pieces waiting in line just to get into the game. So black has the initiative. Okay, getting some safety here on the long diagonal. Also clearing the 7th rank, or the 2nd rank for him. Maybe the idea is to put the queen here somewhere, just protecting the king's position. You need a pawn here, you don't have a pawn, 3c. So that was a waste of a perfectly good pawn, I think. Why put it on h2? Didn't quite make sense. So black misplayed this a little bit. But knight here, he's keeping the momentum going. Oh, there. Thanks for subscribing. Very nice. And those of you who like watching my streams, don't forget to subscribe. And this is made in the corner. Nice win there for 3c. Who's in the lead, and GRX Bullet is trying to build some momentum. Seems to be doing fine in this game. He's created weaknesses in the black position. No, you don't want to play that move. You should have castled, I think. Wasn't it safe to castle? Because white has no pieces in hand, so maybe even the f file might come in handy. So this just forced the black king to a bad square. White is probably hoping to trade this and check on g5. Just picking up this, and then f6 is a huge problem. Okay, he checked on f7 instead, yeah, because black allowed the check. This is starting to look hopeless. White has way too much material. Some rook check here on the back rank, a bishop check. Threatened mate here on e8, obviously. Checking on the back rank is always a good idea. And creating a beachhead here on d6 spells death. And white doesn't waste any time here. He knows he's winning pretty much whatever he does. Maybe pawn here. This was not the best technique by white, but he's winning too much. Oh, he blundered the queen? No. Then comes knight d6 and rook takes b7. Yes, you did. So, where's the mate? Yeah, that's the way you should play it. Don't get stuck, just pick up pieces, play chess. It's hopeless for black, he only has pawns. So, check and checkmate. Let's see here. The Cure said he was winning as black. Let's see him finish this. He has 2 queens in hand. That's nice. But this queen is far away from the action. So maybe white has some chances here. Everything covered. No. No mating attack. And this bishop, look. Cutting off the black king. White has at least a draw here, but obviously he's not settling for a draw. The black king was getting killed in the corner. So, where's the mate here? You probably... Knight check here. Pawn check here. Wow! The Cure thought he was winning. And he probably was, but something went wrong here. Black is so winning. Let's see if we can find out what went wrong. Okay, so queen at h4. Yeah, make use. You have 2 queens. And this move, it's too far away from where the real action is. And now white is actually better. Okay. And 3C is playing Zarza. Let's watch. As you know, Zarza is streaming a lot herself. Maybe she's streaming this game. And it seems like black has won the opening duel, although this knight is nice on e5. What do you do here? Do you defend from behind? Maybe with the queen? So he just leaves the pawn here. I'm surprised. I would just snap take it, because if bishop takes, you take with the knight. And you don't take with the pawn, you take with the queen. Taking with the pawn would allow knight at g2 check. So why shouldn't white take here? I see no reason. Okay, white has won some material here. Should be good for white, this. Of course it's good for white. Of course it's good for white. So bishop e2 is very sensible. And now you could actually take with the pawn if you like, instead of getting kicked around. But if black threatens the white lady, you can take f5 and then take the bishop here. This is what you should do. Just take f5 with the queen and take e7. White is in great shape here. Clever little move. So hurry back with the queen. Defend. Should... No. Why give up the queen there? Okay, so now actually I think black is better with the initiative. Nowhere to put the bishops really. Although this was a little bit speculative. Do you play pawn d2? Because otherwise I wouldn't see the point. And king f1. Taking d2 seems very risky. And maybe put some bishops. You could actually take here with check. This was probably bad because this isn't doing much here. And it risks getting trapped. Hi there, everybody. Linus, you're watching Crazyhouse every night now. Nice to have you here. White needs to be really careful here about the back rank. If the bishop wasn't here, black could finish white with queen check and take and rook d1. So this bishop move threatens the knight, but more importantly threatens queen e1, followed by pawn takes and queens and checkmates. Zaraza, you were doing so well after the opening. But now black looks very safe. Another nasty move is queen c1 check, also by black, because there's no way to, with the bishop here, there's no way for white to interpose with a queen. So he would have to, she would have to take, and then pawn takes, promotes. Why didn't... Why didn't black play queen c1 here? I'm not sure. Because here's the difference. If queen c1 now, you have queen at d1. And this is just perpetual, I think. Queen here. And obviously black is not going to keep on putting heavies on c1 and causing a perpetual. Hello there, Comet. Let's watch, because somewhere here, yeah, just letting go of this pawn was bad. White in great shape here. Bishop e2 would have been the safe move. And I'm pretty sure, I was going to say, I was pretty sure white should and could take here. Aha, bishop at b4 check. But still it's good for white. And this was a much better opportunity to give back some material than here. And if you should give it back, take here instead. Because now you can get an attack. Oh well. We have Stalin of the SSSR in the lead, and he's playing 3C, and this is sort of a final. Both players are berserking. Enjoy. White has played some very natural moves here, whereas black is sitting with his pieces in the lap. He's running out of options here. What to do? Because this is bad, you take with the pawn and you get the c file. Something went really wrong. Hi there, Lucas. GRX Bullet has been struggling in this tournament. I'm wondering if white is looking for an opportunity to push the e-pawn. Because pushing the e-pawn and opening the e-file makes sense when the black king is sort of stuck in the center. And the check here, black needed to move the king. And white got the initiative. So he gets to trade pieces, and black will have some trouble putting his pieces on the board. This knight is trapped, but the bishop move here was clever. So I'm guessing white can maybe take here at some point. Now he threatens to take the knight. This is a Also, an awesome bind. And this is a problem because knight takes, you take b6. And this is like a self-playing accordion now. Do you... Well, there's no need to get crazy. Yeah, you want to block so you can play queen at d8. So this is a pretty move. Threatening the bishop here, but hi there. And white is just infiltrating. You have a knight that can land on b8. And everything comes with check here and checkmate next move. Nice win by 3c. Let's have a look. GRX Bullet is 3 points behind and playing Blitzer. And by the look of it, Blitzer is in trouble. Okay, let's have a look from the beginning. Some opening theory here. We have to check with this with the computer. That was wild. I mean, now isn't white simply winning here? Somehow. But you need to be careful. Okay, so pawn here doesn't work because of bishop takes, king e8, and then knight at d6. It's actually checkmate. You can't take here. It's forced mate. Oh, knight at f6 is even simpler. So GRX Bullet wins. Have to look at the opening here. I thought it was supposed to take on d4 here. This seems strange. Black is doing very well here. Pawn f2. Ooh. But after this, it's hopeless. Okay. And Lucky 3C playing an 1800. GRX got a tough opponent. Another theoretical duel here. White got like a million pawns. And isn't this good for white? I don't get it. Pawn here takes and takes. Maybe even knight h8 at some point. You can trade more pieces. Surely that's good for white. And those of you who enjoy my stream, don't forget to subscribe if you like, so I can buy myself a hot dog. What is he thinking about? Because I don't think there's anything forced. Is there anything better than pawn at f7? I don't think so. So the king is doing a little bit of a shuffle here in the corner, but picking up a lot of pieces. So I would probably take here. Knight f7, king takes, knight takes, and take with the rook and say a prayer. You get quite a lot for the queen. I'm not so sure about knight g5. Oh, this is so sharp. But it's annoying to have a bishop hanging here at any given point. Big threat, queen g5 checkmate. Now this is difficult for black. Yeah, pawn at e3 was interesting, cutting off the communication here. If queen takes, there was knight takes c2. Yeah, I don't think pawn at e4 was better. Pawn at e3 was a very concrete move, and most likely better. So, if you get the chance, pick up this rook, put the rook in the corner. And now, do you just take here? Is there a knight check on e2? You can just sneak into the corner and pawn here, you just take with the rook. And black is super safe here. Yeah, I can even afford to spend a move on queening. And the thing is, White needs a knight or something to get some sort of attack going, and he's not getting a knight. Yeah, they're just resigned. But let's watch what happens here. Surely this is very bad for black. Ouch. And this is the first instance. I wasn't sure about knight at g5. One interesting idea is this, which is good. Maybe not the best. Knight at e6. Strange move, but why not block the e file? This is not as good. It leaves this bishop hanging. So king g6 is the active defense. And after queen e7, the computer actually thinks white is better. Should have taken h6. Yeah, why not? And how about pawn e3 here? Okay, so f takes. But he should have castled here instead. Yeah. That's what happens when you waste the tempo. You just get slaughtered. So actually GRX is in the lead now. So who are we watching? Seems like 3C will take the lead back. Okay, maybe we can learn something from this. Material-wise, it's equal, but black has excellent prospects here. White is getting pushed around. You can just take here. Yeah, maybe put a pawn on d2 first. Yeah, you're right. 3C doesn't have a streak. And isn't this pawn just waiting to get captured? That was not the best move, I think. Probably pawn e2, just to get the king out a little bit further, but now pawn f4. So, black is inside. Rook d2, maybe. But be careful because queen takes, and then knight at h6 could be potentially very dangerous indeed. I would probably have saved that knight check for later. There was no need to do it now. Without the knight here, you might have some tricks with queen takes h7. I don't know. Probably not, but... So now you can take here on c3 because there's a mate on b2. I've never been to pie chess, but that would be interesting actually. Because my biggest weakness, I think, is that I don't know any openings. And there are no openings really in the 960 Z house. So, who's in the lead? GRX is in the lead and he's on fire. Stalin is on fire, and I think these two guys should be facing each other. Of course, both players have berserked also. Was there queen takes h7 in the end? I guess we won't know. What is happening here? Bam, bam, bam. Okay. So this is the idea, blocking the view of the queen. So knight takes, there's knight takes f6, but the queen takes. Black got 2 pieces, which should be okay, I suppose. I'm not really sure who's attacking here. So leaving this on, please, but he was threatening knight at f3, but this excellent move takes care of all the defensive problems. And how was bishop takes? Maybe it was bad, but I'm not sure. So is white hoping to give the queen? What about... I don't get what is happening here. If you take here, maybe you can take with the queen. Isn't this mate? Queen takes? No. Bishop here. Pawn. White gets mated. The idea was take, knight f6 check, and diagonal another knight and checkmate. Probably a threat to take here on h4. Black is actually up here on material, so playing a nice defensive move makes perfect sense. You need to be a little careful about knight forks here on e7. Where to put those 2 pawns? No, no, this is not the way. You shouldn't be opening up the diagonal here. As a matter of fact, Black was a bit lucky here, because the king is super safe. And maybe just leave the rook as well. Yeah, go for the king. Brutal check here by by white. But it looks like the black king is slipping away. At least for a little while. No, what happened here? He forgot to check. And he's checkmated. GRX, what did you do? No. What a strange game. First of all, white took on h6 here. And the queen sack is good for black. Yeah, bishop takes and then maybe bishop at e5. So this is really good for black. What was the best move here? Pawn g5 closes the g file. Yeah, give back the queen. And unfortunately you cannot take here. You need to block. And the position is pretty even. And this was a huge blunder by black, but it sort of was the blunder that won him the game, because white started spending a lot of time here. Yeah. So he was probably wanting to play this move, which is a forced mate. Who is in the lead? Yeah, we have Stalin of Russia. Who is in trouble here? Threatening rook check. So instinctively you look at rook takes, but pawn takes, king takes, and then another pawn. Maybe black can survive there. Because with a rook in hand, there's always moves like rook g1 check. Very dangerous to give away a rook. Do you really want to have your rook there? Yeah, maybe black is better. So blocking the last rank, threatening to queen. I was considering another move here. Maybe take here, but it looks risky. White is really putting pressure here on black. But so far the defenses are holding. Oops. Oh, I play rated all the time, but I don't have the stamina to play long tournaments. But I play a lot of games rated. So, black got the checks and probably a mate. This queen can join the feast. And I'm curious, where was the mate there? Was there even a mate? Knight g4. Okay, so far so good. But you should take the knight. Okay. And then use it on e7. A few minutes left, and this guy is sitting this out. Okay, is he going to win? GRX playing PKR. And winning. I'm not sure. Was that the question, Amanda? Because I didn't quite understand. Nice to see a few of you watching my stream. In case anyone wants to play some casual games afterwards, I would be happy to. Does GRX Bullet have any chance? Yes, it does. Couple of quick wins would do it. Lots of strong players here tonight. Insectzilla. And this looks very prepared by white. This is just like clockwork precision. Do you go pawn e6 and pick up the rook maybe? It did look very simple. Pawn e6 and then take the rook. Maybe this is a better version of it, but pure desperation here by black. You can pick up the queen even. So let's hope for GRX's sake that there's a forced mate here. Otherwise he will be furious. King takes Queen G4, I suppose. And he's found a forced mate. Pawn e6, just taking the rook. Looked a bit simpler, yeah. Queen e6 is checkmating too. And this is all forced. Okay. Nice one. Let's get an opponent for GRX. He's playing black here. Will he win in time and win the tournament? He has sacrificed a pawn to get some initiative. And this is probably not the best reaction by white. So threatening pawn f3. Pawn h3 is also interesting, because king takes, knight takes, and then pick up the queen. Knight f3 check. And this is all over, isn't it? Threatening mate here on g2, so this is taboo. Also, knight h2 is a mate threat. And that check didn't help much, did it? Yeah, you can survive now. A few more moves, but king here, knight check, and queen e1 is mate. I'm sorry. So GRX is in the lead, actually. 54 seconds to go. Why did you sit this out, Stalin? Poor old Stalin. Well, is it too early to congratulate GRX? I don't think so. He was having a slow start and, well, he had a slow tournament overall. Lost a lot of rating points. Precious points. Nice to see that so many were participating here. 164 players. A lot of strong players. Is anyone interested in playing some casual games before I close the stream? Just feel free to challenge me in that case. Oh, I want to play a game. 1-0. Maybe someone wants to play. Yeah, he's a very fast player and he's good at farming. But he's also a strong player. Although 2800 was a bit too much. Freaking timer. Who is this? Okay, let's see who's this. This was bad, I think. I misplayed this. Damn. I'm too old and too slow for this shit. What am I supposed to do here? I don't know. I'm just blundering pieces. Oh, I won on time. Yay! Good one. Haha. I'm win quitting. Freaking timer. Who is this guy? Oh well. One more. No, he's lagging too much. Any one of you who are watching who wants to play a game of Crazyhouse? So just challenge me and we'll have some fun. Nope. Well, in that case, I think this is it for me tonight. Thank you for watching, and let's see if we can maybe raid someone. Let me check. Stay tuned, and I will try to find someone to raid. Who is there to raid? Li Fong. Well, he's a nice guy. Let's raid him. He has some really good chess classes. I've been watching his pawn and game lectures, and they are excellent. So, thank you, and good night.